Hey guys, welcome to another video for the K20 Pro, and off lately a lot of you have been requesting me to make videos on the K20 Pro. So what we did here is that because we got rid of the iPhone 11, now the daily driver is the K20 Pro till the time I actually get my hands on my POCO X3 Pro. But all that is for later. What I have been doing is I flashed the latest OxygenOS Beta 11. I've been using it for the last 2 to 3 days. I have done a live stream. There is a gaming review coming. So this is the complete review in a very short format. It will be less than 10 minutes, but I will tell you you should use it as a daily or not. But before we get into all of that, if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that you get notified every time I upload a video. In the description of each video, you will find a link to our Telegram community where we are about to hit 1,000 members. Last but not the least, if you think the hard work is worth the effort, please click on the join button and support the channel. Now without further ado, hello awesome people, welcome to PhoneOps. My name is Kailash. Let's get going. Alright, so right off the bat, a lot of things to discuss for this particular OS. A wonderful experience so far, minus a couple of major bugs. Nonetheless, it says it is a Snapdragon 865, OnePlus 8. Don't go by that. This is a Snapdragon 855 with 6 GB of RAM, 128 GB of internal storage. It says 90 Hz Fluid AMOLED over here. The big misconception: this is still a 60 Hz display. Flashing this ROM does not magically make your phone a 90 Hz capable device. Yes, the UI feels smoother. We will talk about that. The ROM feels very smooth. We will talk about that. This is OxygenOS. What else do you expect? So the device name, well, don't worry about that. You can change that. Android version is Android 11. The Android system update, Google system update and all that stuff is there. If you go to status, you have all the other things like your IMEI and everything else. Now we talk about the main screen. This of course comes with the cyberpunk theme. This of course comes with the OnePlus launcher with the Google feed to the left. Now talking about the initial impressions plus the review, when you boot into this, I've made a video on how to install it. So when you boot into it, when you set it up and when you do everything else, there are a couple of problems here and there, but that's for later towards the end of the video. You are greeted with a beautiful OnePlus launcher, and the UI is one of the smoothest ROMs that I have seen on the Redmi K20 Pro. Hands down the smoothest UI. I have to tell you that because it works absolutely fine no matter what you click, no matter what you do. All the features that you expect to work on the OnePlus 8 are more or less working. If nothing else, this is a wonderful port that they have done for the K20 Pro. So yes, you do have the fully functional OnePlus launcher with Google Discover or Google Feed to the left. You do have the usual app drawer, and if you long press over here, you have home settings. If you go to about, this is the OnePlus Launcher 5.0.29. All the additional features of OnePlus Launcher are working absolutely fine as expected. Now if you swipe from top to bottom, you do get the notification tiles wherein you do have a lot of options over here. You can add additional tiles like do not disturb, data saver, screen recorder, live caption, VPN. Most of the things are working as expected. You do have a built-in screen recorder. You do have a gaming mode. All of that is working as expected. Now, as you can see over here, we have something additional called the indent sound tile, because of course the OnePlus devices have a notification alert slider and this device doesn't, so we have to make do with this. And if you press the volume up or volume down key, you are greeted with this particular sound menu over here, and this takes directly to the settings menu. So apart from this, if you go to the applications, now I do have a lot of my applications installed, but as you can see, this is very fluid, very smooth. And by the end of this video, I'm going to answer the question a lot of you gamers have been asking, that would you prefer this ROM over Corvus OS? Would you prefer this ROM over AOSP Extended or any other ROM for that matter, Evolution X as well? So we will answer those towards the end of the video. For now, we do have the gaming mode over here. Now earlier the gaming mode for OnePlus devices used to be in settings. Now it is a standalone application. You do have the Fnatic mode. You can go to settings over here and you have a ton of options like mistouch prevention, disable automatic brightness, and it works fine. Now the only thing that I noticed with the gaming mode is that after starting the game, you know, when you launch the game for the first 2 or 3 minutes, it's there, the Fnatic mode, but later it sort of disappears. I don't know why, and I don't know where it goes. So I'm hoping and expecting that it continues to work in the background, because my gaming experience on this ROM has been through the roof. We will talk about that in the gaming review. For now, let's go to settings and let's see what all we get. You do get an option to log into your OnePlus account, and if you go to Wi-Fi and Wi-Fi network, you see over here we are connected to Kratos 390. That's the name of my Wi-Fi. We are using 5 gigahertz frequency, so that is working fine. You do have the auto connect feature, so all the amazing Android 11 goodies are there. You can disconnect manually as well. So as you can see, Wi-Fi works as expected. Intelligently select best Wi-Fi, turn on Wi-Fi automatically, this, that. All the other advanced Wi-Fi options are working as expected. All right. Now moving on, if you go to SIM and network and say you have smart callback, you have smart 5G. Yeah, we don't have 5G on this phone, so ignore that. If you go to this option over here, you can go ahead and enable Wi-Fi calling. There you go. So you do have voice over LTE. Now that has changed to voice over Wi-Fi. So Wi-Fi calling is working fine. I have tried carrier video calling Geo to Geo, and that works fine as well. So hotspot works fine, tethering works fine. The Bluetooth I have not had an issue with at all. There you go. Screencasting I've not had an issue at all. Now when you go to the display menu, you do have adaptive brightness, vision comfort, dark mode, vibrant colored effect, and you have the always on ambient display as well. So you can select it to be on all day and it would work just fine. If you go to status bar, you can display the network speed, you can select the battery type that you want. More or less everything, as I say, everything is working fine. You do have a dedicated customization menu in this particular ROM, so that works fine. Buttons and gestures, so Android 10 gestures are working. Probably this is the smoothest iteration of Android 10 gestures that I've seen. Now apart from that, you have the usual stuff like security and lock screen. Now the reason we are going to focus over here is because you see the 4 fingerprints that are added. 2 is my left thumb, 2 is my right thumb. Despite that, if you are at a low brightness, you will struggle to get the fingerprint to unlock. So let's see over here. There you go. It worked this time, but say if we reduce the brightness, okay, there you go. So sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but a lot of people have been complaining that, you know, the fingerprint scanner doesn't work after working initially. So I would suggest use, like, enroll the same finger twice or thrice. You have face unlock which you can set up, and initially when I started using face unlock, I did have a problem wherein the camera used to not sort of go in again. And let's see if it can register me from here, so that I can show you if it works. Almost there. Come on. Face not detected. I don't want to move the phone from in front of the camera. Let's see here. Okay, that's done. All right. So assistive lighting, this, that. So let's disable this. There you go. So face unlock pretty much works most of the time. It's not a hit or miss like the fingerprint scanner. So if you are okay with sort of some less security compared to the fingerprint scanner, you can use face unlock, and even in dark situations, most of the time it has been fine for me. So that is one major bummer that you have in this particular ROM, is that the in-display fingerprint scanner is having problems and they are trying to fix it. Well, they have said that there might not be any more FOD fixes. That's what they've said up front. Apart from this, you do have utilities wherein you have the app locker, parallel apps, pocket mode, OnePlus switch, and all the other things. Nothing much there. You know, the customization on OnePlus Oxygen OS is pretty basic. Now apart from this, I did install the recommended Gcam, and I did have problems with that. Apart from the back and the front camera working absolutely fine, even portrait mode for that matter in Gcam, if you have a look. So it's a little dark over here. Yep. Ignore the background there. So this bottom grayish area that you see, that is because of this case. So ignore that. But the Gcam works absolutely fine, and yeah. If you move to the back camera, if you swap lenses, the app will close. Now you can get this to work by flashing Magisk, right? You can flash Magisk, and you know there is a module which you can flash to get all the 3 lenses to work and stuff like that. So you know, while we were talking about the review of this particular ROM, the camera is one caveat, and the second one is the fingerprint scanner. Now apart from this, I've not really had any problems using this ROM as a daily driver. I have used banking applications, I have used it to do online transactions. While gaming, yes, it does get hot, like it goes above 70 degrees and stuff. But if you want the level of performance what this ROM is capable of, trust me, it has given me iPhone 11 level of performance. 10% here and there, but very solid, very stable. Even with the screen recording, screen casting, everything, the gaming was superb. The battery life is right there. You can use it for a day easily. And remember, this K20 Pro is at least 8 months old. So more or less, if you ask me, who is this ROM for? This ROM is majorly for someone who can manage with face unlock, or even the pattern on the screen or a pin on the screen. They don't care of the in-display fingerprint scanner, and they don't use the camera that much, but they want super performance and a very smooth ROM. Definitely Oxygen OS 11 is for you guys, and you can definitely use this as a daily driver and enjoy super solid and super stable gaming performance. Who is this ROM not for? Somebody who's used to custom ROMs but also wants ANX camera to work. ANX camera, Gcam, you won't get the best quality when it comes to camera, and you also will have sort of little less security because the in-display fingerprint scanner is working, but you need to have the brightness above 40%, and in dark areas that can become a pain and stuff. So all in all, what I'm trying to say here is, the conclusion is, this is an amazing ROM. The team Evelyn is working towards fixing a lot of things and making this even better. If I were to get this ROM with a camera which is reliable and a fingerprint scanner that works like other custom ROMs, not even MIUI, this would definitely be hands down my daily driver. Let me know in the comment section, what do you think about this ROM and what do you think about this review? Until the next one, this is Kailash signing off at PhoneOps. Keep smiling. Take care. Goodbye.